Welcome back to another Revolution Performance YouTube video. So, we're gonna start this week off with a little something that has been hiding in storage for the past 2 years. Well, October will be 2 years, but not that you guys care, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. We had a theory that the block was cracked on this, and I still think the theory is true, but I've been driving it for like the past 3 days. I can't for the next couple days because it's raining, but had a theory that the block was cracked, and one day I just said, all right, let me go get it out of storage. I'm gonna make sure that what I think is happening is actually happening. So I drained all the oil out of it because I had a milkshake in there, put new oil in it, and I drove it for 2 days. Drain that oil out, put new oil in it. And the oil's not milkshake, so yeah, whatever that means. I didn't turn it up. It's on a modest like 18 pounds, so about 450 wheel. It's happy, it's healthy, it's pulling, and I don't have a milkshake anymore, so.
You and Mike just have a thing for like thinking you have oil problems and parking it and then pulling them back out and discovering.
All I'm gonna say is the second time didn't come out perfectly clean. It did still have a milkshake.
I don't have a milkshake anymore, so.
So I don't know, I'm not losing oil pressure, but if I drain it again and we have a milkshake, I'm gonna pull the oil pan off of it and see if it's actually pissing out of the block. Because the last time I had this car out, we went to Dragway 42 with it, and on the last pass, I sent it all of the glory she's gonna do. So I maxed out the wastegate duty cycle and just let her eat. And when I put it back on the trailer, I noticed that the oil was milkshake, or was a milkshake. I'm gonna rewind about a day when I was testing it on the road. I noticed I was leaking coolant. Could not find for the life of me where it was leaking from. Ended up having a very, very, very tiny micro crack on the outside of the block of the coolant jacket. So as any good mechanic would do, I JB welded the block.
I have discovered that having JB weld in the tubes that you mix together is some pretty handy stuff to have around.
So chances are that the crack probably moved inside. I don't know. But I guess we're gonna find out in a couple days when I do another oil change. So yeah. But hopefully we'll get you guys some content in this thing. And we have Mexico Saturday, so if Caden isn't doing anything, maybe he'll join us. So moving on from my piece of shit, we have a not so piece of shit Audi R8. You guys saw this, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? We finally got some time to get around to it, and what originally sounded like over the phone, we were looking at a rear main seal leak. Did not end up being that. It was just an oil line on top of the trans, so Brett went ahead, disassembled everything on top, got to it, fixed up the leak, put it all back together, took it for a quick drive. We have Rob tuned, looking over the logs, and hopefully tomorrow this thing can leave. So we have a very packed shop this week. As you can tell, we're parking cars sideways to get them in here, so we're trying to get as much stuff to leave as soon as we can. So we're knocking stuff out. Yeah, busy week again. Surprise.
Big old bowl. Why this one got chambers.
Oil slosh. Keep the oil near the pickup.
Just like those BMWs, that when you turn left really hard, it starves the motor of oil.
new Varus oil pan. 3D printed aluminum with baffles. Customer brought us this because these are known for the oil pickup tube being clogged pretty much from the factory with RTV. And if you can zoom in and, oh, it's dripping oil. Let's see, up on in there. Maybe, maybe not. But it's full of RTV. So 7,000 miles and it's full of RTV. Starves engine of oil and that's no good. So we're gonna clean that out and put a little less RTV than Subaru did.
Action.
How much oil do you take now, bud? With your big pan. Big pan. Taking about like six and a half. About 6.5. So.
Isn't that not supposed to be wet? Isn't that what happened to the last one?
Yeah, just beat it on the fucking car and get all the water off of it.
Anyways, Andre's BMW's not gonna be here for another 2 years. New boot goofing.
Hey! Give me my boots. Come on, I gotta try them on. Give me.
Mike, Mike, we're somewhere tall. We can put these or Dylan can't reach them.
I can't help you with that. He's literally carrying me around.
You got a loop-de-loop then pull, and your shoes are looking cool.
You make a loop-de-loop and pull, and your shoes are looking cool.
You gotta put tires on it. I fucking hate you. I hope you know.
I don't know if the mic picked that up. What was that?
I hope you know that. I fucking hate you.
Yeah?
Yep. Brand new Tuesday.
Just so you can go outside and fuck them up in the water puddles?
I fucking landed. Need to make this a box again.
And as you can tell, it's not a very good box.
We're gonna make this box great again. It's gonna be the greatest box, the best box. It's gonna be the best box. Some people are gonna look at it and say, wow, I've never seen such a nice box. Beautiful dogs. It's a box. It's a beautiful box.
I use the rest of this tape.
The nicest box. Some may say they've never seen a box like it.
All right, so I think you can know or guess where we're going. It is about that time for the cameo. We are on our way to Rose Motorsport in Massillon, Ohio. We're gonna put some of the finishing touches on Reza's Evo 9. Reza originally sourced this through another one of our good friends and customers, Mike Wilson. Mike's got the Evo 10 with Revolution all over the side of it. He has had this car for a minute. It sat for, I believe, 7 years. So when we got it, it was the true definition of a barn find. Hopefully Caden can plug that in right here. The parts on this car are awesome. It's got a Busher 2.3 stroker. It is not the RPM one, so it doesn't have the billet crank, but it's got a Busher 2.3 stroker. It's got the no-tick lifters, stock cams. Basically a good recipe to easily make 500-600 horsepower at the wheels. And when it came to us, Mike also provided Reza a 5-speed swap for the transmission. So now, this is an Evo 9 MR, but we have a 5-speed that was built by John Shepard, none other. The T-case is built by John Shepard, none other. And John's ironically about 12, 13 minutes that way. Maybe 7 or 8 minutes from Rose. But we reassembled the car. We wanted to make sure that everything worked in it, which we did. And Reza also made the decision to go with a few extra things. So, number one, he got rid of some of the gauges that were here, left these over on the side. He got rid of the stock ECU and went to a Haltech Nexus. We did the plug-and-play harness from them. Awesome setup. Honestly, very minimal things that we had to change. We added some extra sensors. And we did a few power upgrades, such as a Turbo Smart 6466. Of course, we went with Turbo Smart wastegate, Turbo Smart blow-off valve. Got everything in the car. We did ID injectors for him. And then I believe the pump that was in the car worked just fine. So, once we got it all together, got everything fabricated, our good friends, obviously, over at Full Send Calibration, which, for those of you that don't know, Full Send Calibration is Dylan. That's my brother. He's been doing a lot of tuning. He has been dabbling in a lot of platforms. I'm not sure which one's his favorite first, or as of now. But Dylan does do a lot of standalone tuning for us and for other companies and for customers. So if you haven't had a chance to check him out, go ahead and do so. Full Send Calibrations. And then also, now that it's all done, there are a few finishing touches. We got some powder coating to do. We got new tires going on for him. But in order for us to do that, we got to take this bad girl to Rose Motorsports and get aligned first, because we'd like to not ruin the tires, which is where we're on the way to now. So let's see how this thing drives. It is definitely more of a driver's car, so the Exetti twin disc doesn't like to be babied all the time. Combine that with the fact that the idle air control valve on these is not ideal. You gotta kind of drive it like you mean it. But we'll show you guys a clip of Reza driving this thing, because I was actually thoroughly impressed. Not that I didn't think he could drive manual, but I'm actually glad that he can drive like he does. So, shout out our friend Reza. So, with this being on standalone, you have a lot more control over the things that you do and the way that the car runs. So, ironically, this car ended up just north of 500 horsepower at the wheels on E85. We did convert it to a full flex fuel setup, although I doubt that Reza's ever going to put this on 93 unless we tell him to. But the car idle's nice. It's got rotational idle from the Haltech, which allows us to kind of negate all the issues that we were having with the idle air control valve. And while it idles aggressively, idles great, even with the AC on. If there's things that you can count on in Ohio while you're driving, number one, shitty roads. Number two, somehow, some way, they always have fucking construction on every single road. Even after they redo it, they got construction. I'm not sure how, but here we are. Well, the usual place where we do some pulls clearly was not the move. So we're going to travel a little further this way, cross over into Mexico. That way you guys can see this thing actually do something. convenient that Mexico is so close to Rose's. All right. Well, we've arrived, and at the same time we're dropping this off, Dylan is out in Reza's other car doing some tests to see if it's fixed. So let's get into that.
Now, one night we were out in Mexico, and he was street racing, and came against a
Allegedly.
Right, but no. He was driving on the street because that's what this car is meant to do.
Next to other cars.
Yes. He had an opponent that had some sauce, so I went in, turned the car up a little bit, and the fuel pump did not like the requests that I made, so it told me to fuck off. So he brought it back here. We put a bigger pump in it. He doesn't even know this yet, actually, what we did, but we upped the wastegate spring so we can run more boost. And me and Brett went out and tested it today. It's running great, but unfortunately it's blowing through the converter. So we need to send that back. We're gonna get it tightened up a little bit. If you know anything about these, it has about a 17% slip now, which is not good at all. It needs to be somewhere around like 5-6% is what we're aiming for. So we're gonna send it back, we're gonna get it tightened up, get it back in the car, and hopefully it should pick up quite a bit by having a much tighter converter. So stay tuned for that, we'll get back to this.
And now in a desperate attempt to fill 24 hours of programming, here's some bullshit that happened somewhere today.
So we're at Rose Motorsport. It's time for a Mike and Caden cameraman cameo.
I can't wait for the 25th episode when you're going to buy me one of these.
That's crazy. When is that going to happen?
25th episode.
I think we're actually going to take a hiatus between episode 24 and 25 and just start a whole new series.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I mean, I want to get you the car. I just, you know, it's not about the money or the car. It's just, you know, I don't know.
This was here because it was acting weird?
So, this is Richard's GTR. He is also our personal dentist, work friend, dentist, GTR owner, the works. He originally bought this GTR, I want to say a few years ago, and it had the right stuff on it. It had pure 1000 turbos, it had injectors, it had an aftermarket fuel setup, but we're not going to name from who. What he didn't have was the right tune. So Richard's GTR needed minor touch-ups, and then of course we had to have our boy, the one, the only, Rob Harper, get on the keys and dial this thing in. So without changing anything setup-wise or parts-wise, the car went from making 712 at the wheels on a kill tune to making 800 and some change on Rob's normal person tune. So not sure how that happened, but thank God for that. So since then, we have seen the car a few times. Oil changes, maintenance. I think we did plugs once. I even think that it visited Rose Motorsport for an alignment once, but that was before we started filming. So that was before we were buying our camera guys' GTRs. And now Richard's complaint was that the car was acting a little funky. It kind of wanted to stall out on him. So we had the wizard look over some logs for us because, you know, I don't know. It's easier to have someone that knows what they're doing look at it. And we went ahead and cleaned Richard's injectors, and we tested the car for boost leaks. We tested for vacuum leaks. But somewhere in the midst of all that, I believe we were able to successfully fix it. So now, before we go out and do pulls, we might have to stop and get some gas because that girl on E. Go ahead, show them how we ride around, but you want us to buy you a GTR for the 25th episode. That makes sense.
I didn't say you had to put gas in it.
You know what? I feel like that's like the least of our concerns, but, you know.
It just did the thing.
It just did the thing. No DTCs, though. So, I guess it's time to log this bad bitch. Probably won't do it again, honestly.
No, as soon as I started recording it, it's not going to do it.
Not gonna do it.
Of course, it's not going to do the thing.
It's not gonna do the thing. It literally just did the thing again. It says Mexico. In case you couldn't see that. So very important. R. Off. Go ahead and turn the boost up just a smidge. It's not on max boost.
Isn't that max boost?
It's the smallest boost.
Oh.
Nah, when it wraps around, that's when it parties.
Yeah, as I say, you told me it does the old wraparound.
I think I'll do a wraparound. Wraparound.
There's a bump here. Oh, it's fixed. You want me to do it?
He ain't out harvesting today. He ain't out getting the cone.
No, because the quicker we harvest, the quicker we gotta buy you a GTR.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
You like the way this car makes you feel?
Yeah.
So what I'm holding in my hand here is a Ferrari ECU from the 488 challenge car. Now I want to give you guys a quick update on it. It is Monday, by the way, so yeah, we didn't get a chance to do talk about this or do an outro because last week was pretty bad, so time just got away from us. But anyways, we're back now. It's Monday, and I have this ECU in my hand because we're gonna tune this thing. Brett got the turbos installed and the new downpipes from Keller. Turbos are from Pure. They are stock replacement turbos that are upgraded, and I know it's a little confusing, but I'll explain it. So the stock turbos for this car are known to literally grenade themselves, and the wheels on them actually explode. So we sent them out to Pure. They have a upgrade option available for these that gets rid of the component that explodes. So we sent those out. We got downpipes from Keller because the stock cats on this were clogged, and it kept throwing a slow down error on the dash, which is obviously very annoying to deal with when you're on a track. You bring the car out there and the car is telling you you're going too fast. So yeah, so we got the downpipes on. We're getting this tune on. Hopefully we're gonna take it for a drive up and down the road, make sure everything's working right. We're gonna get a data log of it, and we're gonna give it back to him, and hopefully he doesn't have this light anymore, because it's been very frustrating trying to diagnose this thing, because every time you turn the car off, it clears the codes. So it was a headache to get here, but we finally think we found the issue, so we're just gonna cross our fingers and pray that that was what was actually wrong with it. So now we have Steve logging in, drive it, give it back to him, and maybe, just maybe, for next week's video, I will go to the track with him and maybe get you guys some in-car or some updates as we're at the track. So that concludes everything for this, or I should say last week's video, because it's Monday. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this week's video. Like, subscribe, share, and even if you don't have friends, we need to get the word out that we're doing these. Please leave in the comments what you guys want to see, what you guys want us to do. because we're trying to get better at this. So without your guys' input, we're not gonna know how to get better. So yes, hopefully you guys have a good rest of the week, and we'll see you guys next week.
Be very, very quiet. If you look closely, there's an agitated Michael working under Venture 3D. If this 3D part messes up one more time, he's probably gonna beat the shit out of me in the office. So for everyone's sake, let's just hope that it works out.
Race tractor. Oh, that's fucked.
Yep. It'd be like that sometimes.
Son of a bitch. Hate when that happens.
We just came back from the bank with the Evo.
It's not even Carl Weezer. It's like that shrimp from Shark Tales.
Well, because my sister had a baby, but I gotta take care of it, and it doesn't have any legs.
What the fuck is wrong with you? All right, so we just came back. Made a little bank run with the Evo. We got, oh my.
Dude, nobody got.
Who would have got?
Scooby the bob to the
God.
I cannot wait to make the media guy shooting this because it's cinematic. Thank you, baby. See you soon.